Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story of 2024. I'm Trinidadi, and let's queer up at the top stories of this year, number 17 of 2024. 5 people come forward accusing Shangela. This story was broadcast on April 8th on the FayWhat show. RuPaul's Drag Race star Shangela was accused of sexual assault by several people. Since this clip aired, the lawsuit was dismissed, quote, with prejudice, end quote, meaning it cannot be refiled.
So Shangela, aka Darius Jeremy, DJ Pierce. Shangela's been soaring high with gigs in TV and film and even co-hosting We're Here. She's actually going to come down the street to Dania Beach here in South Florida coming up. But there's some serious drama brewing. Reports have been swirling since 2023 about Pierce's alleged predatory behavior, and now Rolling Stone is spilling all the deets. In a recent expose, they've uncovered disturbing allegations from 5 sources claiming that Shangela sexually assaulted them or tried to. The victims shared chilling, similar stories, and they're speaking out despite fears of backlash from anti-drag agendas. Looks like the drama's far from over and just begun.
I have no idea what is going on with that story. I mean, it was first reported that there was these sexual assault stories coming from multiple people, which whenever that happens, you do want to take it seriously. But having the case dismissed with prejudice, it's kind of an interesting development in that. And I'm not sure what that means necessarily for all the people that have come forward already, or if there are any other people that are coming forward after this suit was originally filed. Unfortunately, because the conservative right in this country are lumping in, trans and drag queens together, they're taking the ball and running with this to make this seem like, we're of course pedophiles and groomers and all of that stuff. So that's really unfortunate, but whatever happens with this story, I hope that justice is served.
I'm a huge Shangela fan. I mean, she loves to be down here. She's always down here. She's a big supporter of our queens down here. So when I did this story, I was affected by it because she was one of my favorite queens. And it wasn't one allegation. There was 5. Okay? That's where it was tough, right? But one of them was a production assistant named Daniel McGargy, and he permanently dropped his lawsuit. I don't know if he got paid out on the side or what happened, but I mean, his initial lawsuit had false imprisonment, had rape in it. It wasn't just oh, I got drunk and I woke up and Shangela was there. It was false imprisonment. That means somebody's not letting you out of their place, or not putting you in a closet, not letting you out, So, very serious charges. The fact that they were dropped with prejudice?
Without prejudice.
With prejudice, which means that the person who filed it initially cannot refile it, has saved her a lot of headache and heartache. I hope that this is not how she really is, right? But I mean,
who knows if there are others out there?
If there's 5, then there's 10. That's what breaks my heart about it, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if we do another story in 2025 about somebody else coming out. I hope it's not the case, folks. But I'm saying, look at track records of other people that have sexually assaulted or sexually hurt somebody. It's never 1 or 2 cases. It just isn't.
So I want to speak on Shangela's co-host of the show We're Here. Bob the Drag Queen. I listened to her podcast, The Sibling Rivalry, and Bob actually spoke on this. Okay. Well, Bob actually spoke around this.
Okay.
Bob said that he is fully aware of the accusations made towards his co-host, Shangela, but he is not in a place where he can speak on it. But he does feel for those who have made these claims towards Shangela. He respects and he is hearing those who are accusing Shangela of these allegations. So he's not dismissing their feelings. And this is a huge thing because Bob is the queen for the people.
Yeah.
Right. They're Bob is such an amazing stature of excellence and drag and all that good stuff. How can you work with and stand next to Shangela and not say anything? Behind the scenes, we never know. Yeah. There's stuff going on behind the scenes here that we don't know about. But behind the scenes, you don't know what the conversation is like. So Bob made the calculated point to speak on it, but just speak in support of those who have made these claims. Whether it's true or not, we do not have that information, but I think he really rode that line professionally.
Yeah.
So in other words, we don't know anything.
So
that was about to say we don't know, which is what Bob did, literally. Yeah.
So we don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But how many times have we seen, and not just in drag culture, obviously, but in history where people have been accused by a lot of people, was dismissed, and then later to find out it was true.
R. Kelly,
Right.
Weeks ago, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, you know, I mean, Puff Daddy. I mean, we're in the
Right.
we're in it right now.
Right. So it's
You know, like all the beautiful performers that I grew up with,
Right.
I've had to delete from my Spotify. Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, Puff Daddy.
right. And I'm not saying Shangela is
No,
guilty. Of
and-
course,
Right.
I want to make sure that's clear. But we see that happening, and it's unfortunate because it makes me wonder how good our legal system is when it's coming to prove these cases.
And let this be a PSA for all of you up and coming drag queens, celebrities, performers. When you get into a space and somebody says, hey, you know, you could do this, nobody's going to find out. They will find out. All right. Stay on the up and up. Stay on the up and up.
NDA.
NDA. So, folks, we are bringing you a special presentation of the 24 biggest stories of the year. We call it the Top 24 of 2024. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.